One problem we have with oil is that we borrow about $1 billion a day just to import it. And OPEC keeps the price high. It controls nearly 80% of the world's conventional oil reserves. It keeps the price high in order to make as much money as possible off of us. They do that by withholding production. OPEC pumps less today than it did in the 1970s, and world oil demand has just about doubled since then. So they're keeping the price up as best they can. One thing that we could do that would undermine OPEC's control of oil and undermine oil's monopoly on transportation is to use more natural gas really for two purposes. One is for electricity generation, which could help us in time move readily toward electric vehicles, let's say, in a very safe and secure way on an electric grid that would not have to be dependent on long-range transmission, since natural gas facilities can be small. Another thing that natural gas can do is either through being turned into a liquid fuel like methanol, or directly be used to fuel especially trucks, fleet vehicles like buses, and interstate trucking like 18-wheelers. That would take very little investment by way of new fueling stations, and could make a very substantial dent in our petroleum use. The U.S. government needs to be convinced that we need a portfolio of approaches to move off our oil dependence. It's not any single thing, such as hydrogen cars were being sold to be for a time. But we need more efficiency in our internal combustion engines. We need to use biofuels, both basic ones like ethanol and methanol now, and ones that mix even more readily with existing fuels in the future, such as biobutanol and diesel from algae. Electrification will help. But one thing that has, I think, special promise is by using natural gas to fuel interstate trucking and to fuel fleet vehicles such as city buses, school buses, delivery vehicles, and so on. We can make a very substantial dent in our dependence on oil, and I think by convincing government that they need to move promptly to do things that can be done with existing infrastructure, that's really crucial. We could make a lot of progress in moving away from oil a lot faster than some of these pie-in-the-sky ideas.